All right. Hello, friends. Now for something completely different. Thought I would show a little bit about this cute little Avionics aviation chronometer, I guess you might call it, digital chronometer. It's quite small. It's probably, if I would guess, 2 inches cubed. It's got some neat little functions, and it's got what I really love about it is this beautiful yellow, orange, amber gas discharge display. It may look like LED on the video, but in person, it's beautiful. Kind of looks like Nixie, but it is not Nixie technology. It is, I believe, it's called gas discharge. Old style indicators, just beautiful. I'll show you a little bit about it. Number one, it uses it's a 14-volt system. I guess that's common in aircraft. And it uses a little backup battery, 6-volt, 1 amp-hour backup battery. The battery is said to last for 2 years. So I guess you could do the math on what the current consumption is when this is off. Sorry, I'm trying to get this arranged. And so it has, other than that battery, it has a little connector here with 3 pins. One is ground, one is plus 14 volts, and then the third is something called flight time. So the idea is once your landing gear rises up, a switch can trigger and it will start to count how much time, flight time there's been, how much time the aircraft has been in the air. And interestingly, when it comes down, when the landing gear comes down, it doesn't reset to 0, it stops. And if, for example, the aircraft is going on several segments of a flight, it will accumulate the time that it's in the air and not accumulate any time while it's on the ground, which is kind of neat, you know. So I'll tell you a little bit more about this. I'm running it on this side of the power supply, 14 volts, and about 350 milliamps. And I'll go through a little bit of an explanation how this works. So the first thing I wanted to show is that there's a dim setting. And that I assume is for, well, I know, I read the indicator. I read the document, it's for nighttime. I got this thing on eBay, came with this great little, very simple 2-page instruction manual, which, proved itself useful. Even has some instructions here on if you are intercepted by a U.S. military or law enforcement aircraft, what to do. Well, good to know. Okay, focus is really not my friend today. Yeah, so it's very cool. So I'll show you some of the functions of it. Let's turn it back on. So this controls the main functions. There's time, which is 7:30 p.m. tonight. It isn't really. I got to figure out how to set the time, but say it's 7:30 and minutes and seconds. That's the time function. In the middle is FT, if you could see that. I know my focus is just terrible. That's flight time, and then below that is elapsed time, and I'll show you the difference. So if we go down to flight time, I do not have the flight time trigger connected to any voltage, so it says 0. So let's take a look at now elapsed time. Now elapsed time is a little tricky because this switch I think needs some contact cleaner, because as I move it, it seems to switch around, but that's okay. I could do that pretty easily. So I've been running this elapsed time meter for 3 minutes 3 hours. I don't know what this says. 3 hours, 21 minutes, 28 seconds. Well, we can stop it. We can continue. 30. See, it's 31. It doesn't actually stop it. Yeah, does it stop? Let's see. Yeah, it stopped. So you could use elapsed time, and then you could zero. Can you zero elapsed time? Yeah, you can zero elapsed time. Okay. So while you're in flight, if you need to keep track of time for something, you can just put that down to run, and and if I can get my focus good. And there it is, starts to elapse. And you can stop it if you need to, and continue on if you need to. That's elapsed time. So it's just an all-purpose general elapsed time counter, like a stopwatch. Now let's look at flight time. So if we go to flight time, and what we need to do is hook up this additional connection to 14 volts. And once we do that, you see it starts to count. And the neat thing about this is when you disconnect the connection, it stays at 15. It stays at the value. And when you reconnect it again, sorry for the bad camera work, it's back up and running. So sort of convenient. You have two different timers, one for example, let's say, well, I should mention that I'm thinking of installing this in my Land Rover, my Defender that I had, my military Defender, just because it's so cool. And instead of having a typical analog dial face clock, I thought it might be cool to have a little Avionics clock in here. And so, you can imagine that when the ignition is running, that you can equate it to your flight time. And so if you're doing some errands during the day, you can calculate, you can sum the total amount of time you were doing errands. And if, just kind of neat thing. Not much else to show other than there you can set the clock. So this one here, if you put it to the right where it says up, you see the seconds. It'll start count. The seconds will count twice as fast. And you let it go. So it increases your seconds for every second you hold it. And then D for down, so up and D for down. Down just holds the clock. Oops. Oh, wait a second. I've got to be in time mode. Let's do that again. So this is 7:35 p.m. And if I go up, you see the seconds start counting twice as fast. I let go, it goes back to normal. And if I switch it to down, it just holds there. So you can sort of adjust your clock. It's not a very convenient thing. And then in addition to this dim mode, you can go even further where it says 1 hour up, and you can change your hour. So now it's 11:35 p.m. Well, that's basically it. I hope to get this installed in Land Rover once I fix this one switch here and clean it up a little bit. So anyway, I thought other than some military radios, it might be fun to show some avionics. Thanks.